Ladies and gentlemen, boys and the girls, we have an exciting episode of Collecting Weekly Live Unboxing tonight. It is, obviously we do them on Monday, but I genuinely don't think I could have waited 5 or 6 days until next Monday. This is a piece that I've been after for years. It's a piece that I never thought I would own. I still can't believe that I own it. It's a piece that was a very financially irresponsible decision to purchase, but I think sometimes we have to YOLO things, and there's a few hot toys that I'll be selling to cover the cost of this. Today we're opening up the Viper Studios Gandalf the White. I have not looked inside this box. I was so tempted at like 2 a.m. last night to open it up, but I knew that we had promised the collectors out there, the fellow collectors, that we would be doing it live.
The good people.
The good people. I also have a lot of parts to compare. So I brought out the old overhead camera, but I have, let's see,
Oh,
1,
sweet.
2, 3, 4, 5 different glam rings and 2 1/6 scale staffs. I also have the 1-to-1 scale staff, which we could bring out here in a second. But
love it.
let's take a look here. So first and foremost, go ahead, Batfish.
I would just say, if you get the, what's it called? The in-art anytime soon, you're going to be, these last few weeks for Gandalf will be from the premium format to this to, even without that, I mean, what a good few weeks for Gandalf.
Every week is a good week for Gandalf, my son. So nice box. It has some leather stitching. Let me see if I can zoom in. This is going to be a pretty slow unboxing, to be honest. I don't think there's a lot going on with this figure, but we're going to take our time with it. I spent a lot of money on it. Thank you, Badfish, for manning the
Figured
cams.
it out.
There you go. So we have a nice leather box. It is a nice box, but it doesn't... It's tough. It doesn't feel cheap, but it also doesn't feel premium. But this... Let me rephrase that. In terms of 1/6 scale boxes, this box feels very premium. In terms of, like, this is a box I think you might find, like, similar quality to, like, a Rolex watch box or an Omega watch box. My Omega came with a leather box, and it's a similar quality. It's a thin leather. It's kind of a... I think the average person wouldn't be that impressed, but for what we do, it is very impressive. Now, there is a gold clasp, or a gold metal bronze clasp on the front, and we'll go to overhead cam.
So I assume it's like a sort of a hardwood, or is it? I assume it's not
I don't
cardboard
know.
in there.
I don't think it's I don't think it's cardboard. Go ahead and keep
Probably
it on
not
the
very
chat for me
thick
if you don't
wood,
mind.
but
Yeah.
I can check it,
take a
see
look
who's
here.
shout out who's here as well.
Yeah. So.
We've got 1/6 shooter saying he nailed it. Got Toy Mafia as always. He wasn't first in the chat though. To 1/6 shooter.
There you go.
Myself, breakout the microwave dish. From
I
King
do have it. I
Dingling.
actually dug. It took me an hour.
Here we go.
King, it took me a fucking hour. I had to dig through that whole mountain of mess back there in that closet, and I've had to find it for you. We got Tim Harvey 2 days in a row.
Yes.
Yomo, Universal Key, Grand Admiral Burtis. Take your time with that Gandalf 4 play first. Yomo said it seems like it's been a pretty good year for Gandalf collecting. This is really nice. Also, if you look here, it's like
Sunnyvale
a
Russ, last one.
oh, this is nice. It's like a I don't know, almost like a baby blanket, like that type of material, Badfish. You'll know what, like, if you felt this, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not a cotton, but it's almost like a felt.
Cloth almost.
It feels very premium. Now this feels good. The box, it is what it is, but you also have this little strap here. It holds the box up. I think that's a very classy touch. And let's continue on here. Here, we'll do the three cams so we can see each other. So, first layer of foam. Again, this is my first time. We're all getting the same first look at this. And there we have it. So I can't see it very well from where I'm sitting, but I will kind of go through what we have in the box here. So we have a foam cutout here for glamdering. In fact, let me turn it like that. Oh, and the scabbard's in there too, which is great. So let's see, get this in view. let's see. I haven't used this camera in a while, so bear with me, people in the chat. Does that look too dark, or does that look pretty good?
I think it's pretty good. What do you guys think in the chat there? Let us know.
Yeah, let me know.
I think the color on the robes look great.
Yeah, so Sunnyvale, allegedly, I think it's either 200 or 300 or like 290. I'm not quite sure because I saw it was an edition size of 200, and then below that it says 90 for international collectors. So I don't know if that means 290 or 90 for international and 110 for people in that part of the world. The paint looks very premium on the scabbard. If I go out of frame, let me know because I'm trying to look at it as well. The hilt looks really good. I know I always complained about the Crown series in the past, and then something with in art that was really important was the gem there on the hilt, which is painted. One thing that's really nice, I'm gonna try. I should have brought a different mic stand. Let's see. Let me switch to this camera here. I have to zoom way in, but if you look at the sword, let's see. You see the runes there?
Yeah,
on
looks
the
good.
almost like the crescent part of the sword.
Yeah, yeah.
Does look very good. They're much more visible in hand. One thing that I would say is a bit of a critique. Look at my other glammed rings. Is I think this is the tang of the sword. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not quite sure. The hand
The
guard
guard.
part
The guard.
it's clearly a separate piece from the blade, and I don't like the look of that. But I can accept it. As a whole, I think it looks much better than some of these other glammed rings that we'll look at.
And you only really see it at the one angle too.
Yeah, correct. And this is a 1/4 scale glammed ring by Master Replicas. This one has it as well. So that could be accurate, but if you look at like the Azimuth, their most current glammed ring, all their glammed rings are basically the same mold. It looks like it's just one piece.
Wow, the guard is completely different there. Yeah, not different, but much thinner.
Let me zoom out just a little bit because I don't think you'll want to see my ugly face that close. So this is the Azimuth sword here, glammed ring from their most recent figure, and this is the in this hand here is the Viper. The size is pretty good. I like the width at the top of this. This feels a little better.
Yeah.
Though I honestly do think this is more accurate with the wider. It kind of tapers out and then in. I'd have to look at the Master Replicas or like the official ones, but they both look very good. And honestly, the inscriptions for glammed ring. Let me see if I can zoom in again because there are a few that I missed. Like this big inscription right above the gem.
Above the gem.
It's real hard to see. I apologize, but in person it looks really good. The color is also fantastic. If you look at, so this is the Viper in this hand here. I like the blue better. It should be a very dark blue. And one thing you'll notice when I show all the different glammed rings is how different all the colors are. So we have the scabbard. Everything fits in real nice.
And the Azimuth's most recent release is also the white, right?
Technically they just released that Gandalf the gray yesterday. So, but they're full release.
Yes.
So
just confirm. You want to confirm what you were referencing?
Yeah, right? Shooter says, what made you buy this, Zach? I'm sure the quality of the closing an upgrade. Not sure about the sculpt. I thought about this one, buying this when it was offered. So the price I got was the main deciding factor. I don't really want to say what I purchased it for, because I think my wife is going to watch this, and I don't want to be a single parent. But the price that I paid was less than, from the post that I've seen, is less than what it cost like when it first came out. And this was a never opened figure, so it's never opened, and I got it for basically the quote unquote retail price. Let's take a look here at the staff.
Good thing Bob Dylan. I don't believe he uses hair wax. You're just going to be steaming it today, right?
I do have some oil hair oil. I don't think I'm gonna use it though, but I always have some when I futz. So this is
Okay.
the staff here. Let me turn the contrast down a little bit because there's a lot of white going on here. So this feels good. If I can be honest, I think the size is pretty good. So this is
Dean.
the
What up?
what's up, Dean? This is the let me try to do it like this. So that's not gonna look good at all. Let me see. How do I want to do this?
Maybe zoom in on the other camera again.
No, we're gonna do it like this.
Switch cameras. Okay.
So this is the
Oh, yeah, that works.
gosh, this looks so bad. Sorry guys. I am trying to figure this out. No, let's go to the other camera. It's just too much contrast, I think.
Yeah.
So this is the Viper one. And again, I know it's like real white. It's supposed to be, but this is the Viper one. Damn, that doesn't look good either.
To be honest, the very first view you had was probably the best. It came where you had it like against Gandalf almost. I don't know if it was
Okay,
just
let's
me,
try that
but
again.
didn't
Let's
look
try
too
that again.
terrible there.
Sorry. I normally don't do big ass unboxings like this, but I had to do it for this one. Go ahead and switch me back to that cam. On the big screen, just drag it to the left, please. Thank you. So this is the one that comes with this figure. This is the most current Asmus one. And you can see the size is much better on the Viper one. And then this here is the older Asmus one. And again, you can see the size is much better.
Weird.
But what I don't like about this one is, and I genuinely don't know what's more accurate, but if you look at this one, there's no wood grain on it. And also with the first Asmus one, but with their most current one, it's really hard to see, but there is like a subtle, like it is made of wood.
I like on the Asmus, you can also, at least it looks on screen here, more defined where the top part connects to the lower part, kind of.
Let's see if I can't. No, I'm sorry. This is just, I think
not
it's just
too
too
bad.
white.
Yeah, it's gonna be too washed out.
Here, let me see if I can turn this light off. Nope. Let me try to turn this light off. There you go. You can kind of see the wood grain that I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Where the other ones are just like a stick almost. But I do like the way that this one tapers down. I think that is accurate. At least according to, I believe, the one that I have. So we'll
Show
put
us the
this-
top of the Asmus one while you're in this view.
Yeah.
Didn't you custom print one of these?
Yeah, I'll bring that up in just a second.
Okay.
So this
no rush
is
here.
this is the two Asmus ones. So the one that is more pointy, the one that's here, is the
It's
old
older.
one.
Yeah.
The new one looks like the one I don't know, to your right, I guess. This is the Viper one. And let me see if I can. I never finished mine, to be honest. But this is my version here. And I think it really depends on what prop you're looking at. But on all the official art, like RPF type stuff, with the open things at the top was the most accurate. And this one has since broken some of the stems, so kind of ignore that. I kind of gave up on that project because it was just a bit futile, to be honest.
Yeah, that scale printing, it's gonna snip.
Yeah, it just
snip,
it
snap,
was a
snip, snap.
big pain in the butt, to be honest. Let me zoom out here.
And the Viper one does look pretty good when you were in that view, though, I must say.
It does look good, and I think
Yeah.
the color is also really good. So, his is more of a cream color, which is similar to the 1-to-1 scale. I'll bring that one up at the end. Whereas the Asmus ones are both very white.
I think his is actually the most accurate with the connection, again, with that top piece, the way it tapers into the main staff. It's that got those, like, kind of 3 teeth or whatever. I'm not sure if it's
Yeah.
3 or 4 of them.
Yep, yeah. The way that that's a great point, actually. I didn't even realize that.
His is probably the most accurate in that.
The way that his does it
What up, Alvin?
Sorry, I'm really fumbling through this, but these the Asmus ones are very clearly two pieces, which they shouldn't look like two pieces. Whereas the Viper one, switch me again, please. The Viper one looks like one piece of wood that's carved into.
Yeah, it does.
To have those sections. I apologize again. Dean, this is why we don't do these type of things.
Oh, yeah, you can see the definition there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. We got some hands here. And from what I've seen from other people that own this figure, I think the hands are probably the weakest part of this entire figure. They're very generic hands. And I probably won't spend a ton of time looking at them. Sorry. Yeah, they look like hands that he flicked some brown paint on. I don't have any... Or, well, let me see. To be honest, I still think the old Hobbit ones are the best, but this is the Crown Gandalf the White. They just look like old people hands.
Some meaty boys.
Yeah. That man could fucking kill a bear. All right, so we got the staff. We got the sword. I think there should be one more accessory before we get Gandalf out. His pipe.
I like the color on that. It's cool.
I like the color on this a lot, too. And to be honest, one thing... I don't know if my camera will pick this up. Let's see. Let me hold it in my hand and focus it again. Let's go to the big cam. The other cam.
Got like a cool
It's got like
stain.
a wood grain. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could see it there a little bit.
You can kind of see the wood
that's
grain on
cool,
it, which
yeah.
is really cool. Now, the thing about this piece, supposedly, from what I read, this pipe is die cast, and it kind of does feel that way. And that's how... It's funny that I had seen that, and I thought that was interesting, but Breda mentioned that the pipe was die cast on the in-art Gandalf, which makes sense, because Viper made this. Viper's the lead producer on that other one. Let's see what I have on my
Definitely
desk.
makes sense for the in art, because if you're gonna be putting in and out of that staff, you don't want it to be some piece of plastic that's gonna more than likely break.
Yeah, so these aren't great comparisons, but this is the light one here is the Sideshow pipe, which fits really nicely into that staff, and then the crown pipe, which I think fits a little less nicely. But I like the color on this one, and I think when he is Gandalf the White, don't quote me on this, but I think his pipe is supposedly different.
It changes.
I think he only sees it in one scene with the white outfit.
I mean, it probably broke when he bought the Balrog, so
Yeah.
probably needed a new one.
Let's get the G-Man out. So right off the bat, there's a
I gotta say, the coloration on those staffs is crazy how different they were.
silver wire in the bottom, which probably isn't good.
Interesting.
Oh, there's a lot of silver. Interesting. So that wire goes into the little thing there.
Interesting.
So let's do the big reveal here.
Should we go big screen?
No, keep it like that, please.
Alright, no worries.
So, not bad. The hair definitely has product in it. Go ahead and switch cams, please. So let me get some things out, and what I'm gonna do is try to put this wire back into place.
Bob Dylan says, "Please don't taint this work of art with any sideshow."
No,
accessory."
the point of right now isn't to do that, Bob. It's just really to show comparison, because I don't think there's really not a lot of information about this, but
no sideshow accessories will come within 6 inches of Gandalf.
I can't promise that, but I will try.
I'm just.
So let's see. Let me get this box out of the way. This box is quite large. And let me get this out. Go ahead and just chat amongst yourselves for a second. I'm gonna try to get this other camera going so we can take a look at this.
Busting out the turntables.
Yeah.
What are your initial thoughts here, Dean? I love when I saw it in the boxing there. I will say the coloration and the way the robes look. My first impression there was that it looks really good.
All right. So let me. Dean, you're on mute if you're talking.
Dean might be AFK. He's got his cam.
Okay. Perfect.
But that was my first impression. I think the robes, the coloration and whatnot really stood out as looking premium. Again, with the tailoring and the color matching.
Yeah. Okay, let me try to get this wire back in, I guess. I don't really quite know where it's supposed to go.
Yeah, you might have to check first or find where.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Although I don't know if either of these wires is really worth it.
I assume those are like the posable ones that they put in.
Yeah, it's like that real thin wire. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna dip it in water, but we'll see. I'm not opposed to it, to be honest.
Uh-huh. Oh, here's a good one. Sunnyvale. If InArt does a white Gandalf, would you be interested?
I don't know. Probably.
Too soon to tell.
Yeah, I don't like these wires, to be honest.
Euler Workshop, my favorite all Gandalf all the time channel.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to get these stupid wires in, and I will say this feels very unsatisfying. The way that these wires are just like all of them are poking out basically, and it's not particularly premium. Let's see, and I don't even see like the hole to punch them back in. I'll be honest, that feels very unpremium.
Yeah, it's tedious.
Yeah. Let me I'm trying to make sense of everything that's going on here because there's quite a bit going on that is both good and bad. So let me just get that second camera going because I think I'm start getting frustrated with this. Where's my phone? There we go.
Just leave the wires. I was gonna say I would just leave the wires till after then.
Yeah.
Like off stream.
Where the fuck is Dean at? Jesus, we need you, Dean. We'll stop that camera for now.
I gotta say I've got the InArt Gandalf on order. I'm pretty excited about it. I was very tempted by the Asmus white Gandalf the white because it looks pretty dang good. That they really did a good job with that sculpt.
Yeah.
I think does have a little too many liver spots or whatever. But
all right, so let's see how we're gonna light this figure up. Let's see. We'll start.
Okay, that's looking better. I like this lighting much better.
All right, so there's a lot to unpack here.
Oh yeah.
So this material here is the same as what's in the box. This material here feels very much like spandex, and I don't like that. And I know that that's why it drapes so well, but just doesn't feel great. The patterning here is fantastic. I
Yeah.
think this is super nice. I think the body feels solid. It feels, I think, probably one of the better bodies that I've ever felt. I don't think it's any sort of special like a Fison or anything like that, but it does feel very good. You do get the trousers there that are tucked into the boots. The boots are a leather, and you can see there they look fantastic.
Mhm. Yeah, they look good.
Yeah, I think those might be the best boots that I've seen for Gandalf the White. I always did like the old Asmus, the sculpted boots. I always thought those were pretty nice.
Those are
But
not bad at all.
no, they're not bad at all. But these, if you're going for laces, then this is the best laces, I think. Towards the back, he does have the hood. The
John, with the
spandex doesn't
congrats.
feel premium at all, though. Like there's little holes in it, or not holes, but like little
Yeah, I see
pin
exactly
marks.
what you're
Like
talking about. Yeah.
I don't know. This doesn't feel premium, and I know I need to futz it. I do like the buckle here, or whatever you call that. I like that. You also have the sword um, attachments, which I think look great. I'm gonna need to futz those though. So let's
The
start.
sleeves I like. I know we talked about the patterning, but the way the sleeves kind of stitch into the main chest
Uh-huh.
area is cool. I like it.
Yeah. So let me take him off for a second so I can figure out some things. Let's go back here for a second.
I don't know if we can put up
This.
Euler's workshop comment about Ahsoka.
You
It's
can
not
put it up. Just click the button, please.
not really a spoiler, but put Ahsoka's head on him. You got yourself the new Ahsoka design.
All right. So let me see what we got going on here. One thing that also feels super premium compared to the other releases is the belt. Both the belt and then the this is all metal for the little clasps.
Oh, the
I
patterns on there are nice.
Yeah, they're really really nice to be honest. The portrait
Rob
looks pretty
Barnes
good
wants a
too.
lightsaber in there.
Let me see. I'm trying to figure out the belt, like the sword attachment for the belt is like way in the back, and I feel like it's almost too far back. But I also feel like it just feels weird. Let me pull up some photos here. Just give me 1 second. I will say my initial experience is not particularly positive so far.
You're hitting some
But
speed bumps, yeah.
yeah, let me figure this out because the way that his sword belt is, and I noticed this on some of the photos, it was kind of weird. So let me
Got Mr. Musashi. What up, CW crew? Thanks for tuning in for the unboxing.
let me look here. Yeah, so there should be 3 points of contact. So yeah, so I think what I need to do is let me bring this back in. This little loop here, I need to move it left, so because that's the first point of contact with the sword. So let me work on that. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that wasn't that bad actually. But if you go too far, I think it will actually just fall off, which there's not like a stop to it, which, you know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
don't love that. But let me get the sword belt in. And I know I sound like I'm complaining. I still think this is probably the best Gandalf ever made, but I do want to be honest because I think that's important that we are honest about like how a figure that is twice the cost of the competing figure presents, and I just don't want to lead you astray if you're someone that's interested in this.
I
But
wasn't
that feels
saying
pretty
you're
good.
being like negative Nancy or anything. You're being realistic right now.
So that's how that goes.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, that feels good. So that was something that was annoying me, but was the easy solution. All right, so there is a ton of product in the hair, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it looks like like
It's
he
like
hasn't
real.
had a shower for a while.
Yeah, it's real. I don't know what the best word to describe it is, but I don't like it. But I think now that we got the sword belt on, I can start steaming it, because I think once I start steaming it, that's kind of where we're going to see this figure come to life. I'm very curious what body they're using. It's not a Phison for sure. I can feel the joints on it, but it feels like heavy. Like I've never felt a 1/6 scale body, and the way that the heft feels good. So let me get this guy back on the base, and we will futz him.
I think he'll be getting to that soon there, Steven. Just
yeah,
maybe after futzing.
yeah. I'm not ready to say anything, because I'm not feeling great about this figure so far. So
wow, the lighting
particularly
makes a huge
with
difference,
with this spandex type material, I don't. Also, this doesn't come with a base, which is kind of weird. That kind of bothers me.
Really?
Just like a generic base, unless there's something in the second tray, which I'll double check, but I'm not seeing it. So, yeah, Bob Dylan says it's probably World Box. I think you might be right. So one thing I'm also going to show you guys is comparison of the Gandalf the White, the other portrait from Asmus, and we'll take a look at that. But yeah, this fucking wire is gonna piss me off. There's no like hole to put it. That's what she said. There's no hole to thread that back in. But I'll be honest, I don't like I like the silvering on this stripe here.
Yeah.
But if you look at, let me see, Ian McKellen, Gandalf, the White costume tests. I don't know. Like someone said that this artist Viper had somehow color matched which I don't understand, because again, I mentioned this yesterday. Like you can't just like roll up and just like hold this costume, right? Like it's they kind of don't just let people touch it. But I think it's too white, and I don't know.
Yeah, compared
Like
to
this-
I feel like
this
it's
color
too
here-
white. Yeah.
On the like whatever this I don't know what you call this, like the outer skirt feels really good. The color of the shoes looks really good. I think this is too white. And I will say, for what it's worth, I do like the material and the drape of the crown Gandalf the White. So let's see if we can.
Is the hair as yellow in person as it does on camera? It comes across kind of more yellow here. Like on your other camera, it was much more white when you first took it out of the box, but on this camera, it's much more yellow.
It kind of is a little more yellow, but I actually think that's probably more accurate, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure. We got
Yeah.
a congrats from Mark P.
Yeah, let's get Dean out of here. I don't know what Dean's doing.
What
Let's
up?
go back to Big Cam for this.
Valvez. Oh, and Mr. Musashi, ordered his crown replacement yesterday.
Nice. Congratulations, bud. I really like it, to be honest. So let's get some.
I do too. I was behind on the review, but I watched it the other day, or the unboxing for it.
Now, I feel like a good steaming, to be honest, I think that can really bring a lot of this stuff. Because, to be fair, like, I had the same thought with the Gandalf the White Crown series as well, whereas too much fabric and it was sort of looking very disheveled. And after the fact, I felt much better about it. So, we'll see if this helps. We'll bring out the old steamer here.
Sean Forster talking about the wires. I think as well it all depends how you plan on posing it. Like this character, don't get me wrong, he has dynamic moments, but I don't know if I'd want to pose them dynamically. But
Yeah. I don't know either, to be honest. The rooting is excellent though, but I need to get all this shit out of this hair. It's just too much fabric. I guess it depends, Percha, because the way that they achieved the drape was by using in my opinion, a completely wrong fabric. Like, these dudes were not walking around Middle Earth with Under Armour spandex type material. So, it is what it is, I guess. You could take the more, in my opinion, what feels to me the more accurate fabric versus something that drapes much better. That's how it is with my Vader, though. I went with drape over accuracy, and I like that. But this, to me, is, like, so different than I think what they would have. It just feels a bit odd. Like, it almost reminds me, Badfish, I don't know if you've ever seen this figure, but the 1/6 scale Russell Crowe Gladiator General figure. Not the new one, but the very old one that came out.
I think I've seen it long.
He basically had, like, cleats for shoes. And it's like, bro, this is a Russian, a Roman general. This motherfucker is wearing sandals at best, not fucking, like, football cleats. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just kind of distracts a bit, I think.
No, I can agree with that, yeah.
Kind of struggling to futz this hood down, but again, you'll probably not see it.
Yeah, it might not be worth the effort.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, sometimes I mess around with something that you can't look at. I'll mess around with it for way too long.
Yeah, the paint on this portrait is excellent. And to be honest, I think this water is helping soften up this whatever he put in there, because it is coming to life. I think the hair.
It looks a bit better now, yeah.
Yeah, this. I'm just liking it less and less as we go.
I haven't talked about the beard. I think the beard looks.
The beard is almost fucking perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I think.
About it yet, yeah.
That's where I think the. Oh, so Sean is saying that was in the movie. Okay, so I guess I am incorrect. Oh shit, that's hot. Jesus.
Steamy.
Steamy boy. All right, so let me.
But this is an interesting one. Sometimes the fabrics feel like they were treated with hairspray. They're so crunchy until you steam them loose.
Yeah, I don't know about that for this figure, to be honest.
He might be talking about the Asmus, sorry.
Oh, okay.
He was talking about...
Let me...
or no, sorry, that was Steven who was talking about the Asmus.
I see. And we'll compare them for sure. This portrait, though, is fucking singing to me right now. I'm very happy with it. I'm just not happy with these little, like... I don't know what you call them, but it almost, like, just doesn't... I don't know, it just looks like there's a hole there. Is this lighting still good, or do we want more lighting or less lighting?
I think it's pretty good. And yeah, like I was saying, when it first came out of the box, it was more blown out, and the sculpt kind of looked like, but now, like, with this lighting, it looks quite a bit better. Yeah, that beard.
Oh, that beard is... That beard might be worth the price of admission, to be honest. I know I've been kind of hard on this figure, but that beard is doing something for me.
The hair's growing on me. I think, yeah, maybe it was the steaming. So
I'm trying to find the joint. Also, look at the tapestry. I don't know what exactly, but the patterning on this, which Asmus has really good as well. I do think I'll compare, but I like this. The chest section has a nice pattern to it, and that should be how he has it, and I do like that quite a bit. Now, as far as the drape of this, it actually goes down and then over is how it should go.
it's looking a lot better after the steam treatment too.
Yeah, which I don't...
There's not as like many nicks or wrinkles or...
Yeah, I don't know what you would call those, but yeah, I would agree. Let's see if we can't get it to hang like that.
Yeah, the embroidery as well on that chest, or the tapestry pattern or embroidering is great. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm genuinely, to be honest, I'm genuinely shocked at, like, looking at the photos online. I would have bet $1 million that the material was like a cotton, but the fact that it's spandex is genuinely shocking to me. Like I always thought like, damn, this figure drapes really well. I never thought the reason was because it was spandex. And I believe, I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I don't think that I've really seen any other, there's only a few videos talking about it. But Devin, gosh, if Nerdy Narwhal, he used to play D&D with us. He has a really good video on this figure, and I have to rewatch his video, but I'm not sure if he mentioned that. But
Yeah.
just an interesting point. Just, you know, for future reference if someone out there is looking to purchase this. But there's the drape there on the arm. I think that looks really good. I'm going to hit that with a little bit more steam. Just to get it how I want it.
Does Asmus, did they screen print the pattern, or how did they do it?
No, it's I mean, I don't know
also-
how they do it, but it's like, you know, like it's in the fabric. It's not like
It's
a
actually,
print.
yeah. Which is nice to see.
Yeah.
The pattern is woven in.
woven. There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Now, I've been watching. Sorry, I had to take a phone call, but I've been watching, and the fabric on the cloak looks like real premium. Like, what is? It almost looks like silk. Like, what is that?
You're talking about the thing I'm steaming right now?
Yeah, like that.
That's like been one of his biggest gripes.
Okay,
actually.
so I'll be
Oh,
honest.
it's a gripe. I thought it would look even better.
it
no,
looks great, but it's
I'll
the
be
feel.
honest. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not like I've probably felt silk like once or twice. I'm not a wealthy man, Dean. Maybe it is silk. Maybe you could tell me, but it genuinely just feels like Under Armour.
Oh,
Like,
kind
you
of
know,
like a
like-
Vader cape.
No, not even. Like almost like you played football, like the stuff you'd wear under your shoulder pads, like that.
Yeah.
Where it's real tight and it kind of wicks the sweat away. That's what this like a dry fit almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't
Think
like
of
that
gym
though.
shorts, yeah.
And it's not that I don't like it because it doesn't look good. I think it looks fantastic. I don't like it because it's like Middle Earth and this motherfucker's wearing dry fit. Like, it just. But it's a small gripe. I think overall though this shit's looking good, man.
Rooster saying
Lycra, maybe.
Ox has his soft hands.
Oh yeah. Well, Ares has soft hands for sure because he's not coming to OxCon, so. He got a chance to touch these soft hands, and he missed out. God, this hood on the back, though, is absolutely killing me with how nice everything else is coming together. I want to try to steam it just like this. Let me see if I can get it to hold that shape.
Put a fishing weight in there.
You know, I've done that in the past with the Gandalf Crown series. He has that book bag looking thing. And what I did is kind of funny. At the Dollar Tree, they were selling Dr. Seuss erasers for school, and they were books. And it was the perfect weight. It was like a rubber eraser, and it really helped kind of tame that down. But
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
I'll be honest, I was feeling a bit down about this, but this is quickly growing on me in the worst way possible. Like I'm almost like kind of
Wanting a second one.
He's gonna get another one. Yeah, that's
I know
exactly
you.
what I was gonna
I
say.
know him.
well,
Is that what you were gonna say?
if Dean buys the Hot Toys that I'm selling, and if I could sell a few more things, I might have to maybe take a gander, Dean.
Gonna cut this man's Hot Toys collection in half.
Yeah, literally, if I sell 2, I'm cutting my collection in half. I think at
Well, you
this
got
point,
a few. You
I
got
should,
a few POs too. So.
I actually may be canceling an order soon.
Is it the Spider-Man?
But it's the Miles from Spider-Verse. The it's not a pre-order. It's like a in-stock item, but
Not the symbiote though.
no, not that one.
Yeah,
Not yet.
I figure that's not going anywhere.
No, not yet. Gosh, sorry, I didn't realize the head was out of the frame. I'm digging this quite a bit, to be honest. Let me get a little bit more steam on this, but this is, I think to me, one of the most premium things about this is this belt. This belt is fantastic. I had a little bit of a gripe initially, but yeah, it just feels fucking good. It feels premium, to be honest. And this
Does
portrait,
it looked a little wonky to me.
No, I like it. And then
Is
also
it-
now that the hair has some of this, but I don't know if the water has just reactivated it and it'll set again, but it feels much better, to be honest.
Is it mentioned if that belt is leather? I assume it is.
It's leather. Yeah, it's leather.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
At least according to the solicitation photos.
Got another question here.
Oh,
I can imagine
you know
you'll
I'm
be
gonna
doing...
do it, bro. You
Yeah.
know I'm gonna do it. Like that's not even like you could take that to the bank, bro. These soft hands are gonna be reviewing both. All right, now the big question though, I think on everyone's minds. So the rumor was, I heard this from many sources, and then Asmus confirmed it. Here, let me get this off of this. Well, maybe I can put them both on there. The rumor was that Asmus was going to work with Viper to make this figure. And I guess at some point that didn't happen, and Viper had gone ahead and released this anyways. Now, Asmus did release theirs, about a year and a half, about a year and 3/4 later. So let's see what Asmus is bringing to the table. So let's get this here. Let's see, do I have enough space for both? I do. Let's. I'm gonna get this one here. Now this one I haven't futzed in a while, so it may be a bit. Might need a little bit of something or other.
Oh,
Holy
Also, he's
shit,
oh,
he's
well,
huge.
hang on. He's on a huge.
Oh,
base.
I was like,
so
God
he's got a
damn.
he's got a blowout going on. He got a little. Looks like he just came out of the car, out of the.
Well,
They're
to be fair,
convertible.
Asmus does have a lot of product on theirs as well, and when I steamed it, it wouldn't come out. I had to put it underwater. But
Their
seeing
hair
this,
is like an ogre. A lot of layers.
like an onion. You said ogre.
Yeah, ogres are like onions.
Oh, here's an interesting question.
No, it doesn't. And I had asked the guy that I purchased it from if there was anything, because supposedly these are warranted for life. Like if anything is damaged or, anything like that.
We
I
can
don't know.
get Ben to.
I like
We
this.
can get Ben to talk to him and put in your submission if you have any
Here,
issues.
let me bring a different. I have two of these, so let me get a second one. Not that the hair's gonna be any better, but the base is the same size.
I don't know how that works, to be honest. How that is how do you even submit?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, hey, bro, I bought this. Like, can I
Yeah.
fix the shit that's broken on it? I don't know. So let me see here.
And I know I was making a joke about Ben, but does he? Can you actually communicate with him? Like,
I don't know.
you
That's
have
the
to
thing, right?
do you have to translate? I don't know.
Does he
We never
speak
got an
English?
answer to Ben's crucial question.
Yeah, I don't know. So again, I'm trying to futz this hair, but there's just so much product in it. This is, I think, a much better height comparison. If anything, the Asmus one is just the tiniest bit taller. Looking at them side by side, I'll use my quarter scale glamdering. This is much too small. This little button
Clasp.
thing. This, I would say, is perhaps a little bit too big. Asmus does. This is not the current Asmus belt, but the current Asmus belt is pretty good. Though I would say this is still much better because it has the metal clasps. The hair color I like much better on the Viper. The staff I like much better on the Viper. This outer robe, I think, is a better color. If we look at the Gandalf screen test photos, this does drape better and does look better. But I feel like in real life, this is a closer approximation of what the material would have been. This one does have all the different stitchings and stuff. It does have that. I was saying earlier, I didn't know if the Asmus had that little cutout for the sort of where the sternum would be, but that it does have that. which is pretty good. I think to me one of the weaker parts of all the Asmus stuff, and this has been the case for a while. If you look at the way they cut the mustache, it's like they buzz it straight at the end, and this has just a touch of variation. In fact, let me see if I can bring you guys closer. Oh my gosh, that's too far down. Let's go up just a little bit. Yeah, this is now what you're looking at on screen. On the right is the Asmus Gandalf the White. The retail on that one. Let me double check because I want to make sure I'm giving you guys good information. Asmus Gandalf the White. The price on that one is $380, and it comes with a 1/6 scale horse, a diorama base. It does not come with the pipe, but you get the staff and a die-cast glamdring. The one on the left, I think the cheapest one on eBay at the moment is $1,000, and it's a bid. I don't think anyone's bid on it. But on eBay, if you look at the other prices, let's check here. Viper Gandalf the White. Let's do some research real quick. And I know we're running a bit into After Dark time, which is okay. So over 1,800 plus 400 shipping. So let's see.
Damn.
I didn't pay anywhere near that price. Full disclosure, I did not. Yeah, so this one was $9.99 and it did not sell. But yeah, I paid much less than this price as well. I don't really want to say it because I don't know. I have to watch this and be mad at me, but it was certainly a YOLO purchase. But I think you really have to. I think for like 95% of collectors, I think the one on the right will get you there and back. But I think if you really want the most premium Gandalf that is going to look on par with the in-art Gandalf the Gray, I unfortunately do think the one on the left is the better one. It is not without its flaws, and I had to futz it live because at first I was like, bro, this thing kind of sucks. And if you're watching, just tuning in now, in the first half of the unboxing, I was kind of disappointed. But I think Mr. Musashi has a great point here. For the price, I take the Asmus all day. Shows you how far that Asmus and 1/6 scale in general have come in recent years. Yeah, I can't oversell that enough, because let me show you the white. Let me show you what the first Asmus Gandalf the White looks like, and compare it to the one on the right. So, Dean, on the show on Tuesday, or what was it, last Tuesday, I had said that the reason for the upgrade for the Whitehead was because they had smushed it in somehow during production. So this is what their first Gandalf the White looks like. And I think certainly...
That's not even...
What is
that's
that?
fucking,
the same guy.
That's Ozal, bro.
That's... yeah.
That's fucking Mojo Jojo right there, bro.
It's Ozal, Snake Ozal.
Snake's
It
all.
reminds me of when you get like a figure and the head's kind of caved in a little bit, like from the heat.
Now that I want to say was 2018, so 5 years to go from that to the one on the right is, I think, an incredible achievement. Percha, on the new Gandalf, it's still pretty bad. Like the straight line for the mustache, it's still there, to be honest. But
I almost like the sculpt more on the Asmus, but the hair and beard better on the...
Here, let's compare this before we end here, because we are running just a bit long.
Oh yeah.
The leather shoes, which they're pretty solid, but these are definitely not bad. The fabric, gosh, can I not? The fabric ones from Asmus, I think, are perhaps a bit better. To be honest, I don't know which is more accurate. I don't know if he was wearing fabric or leather. But just as a reference, like that is a data point that you could look to comparing these. So, Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do any sort of full review on these. I fucking hate editing stuff, so this is probably all you're gonna get. Maybe I'll do a showcase at some point, but these are both excellent figures. 350 for the right, anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 from the one on the left. You know, I would say try to get it closer to $700-800 if you can. You know, I think though either way, I think you'd be very happy with either in the collection. So, any questions? Anything else you guys want to see before we cut this one off?
No, I still really like the crown one.
The one on the right.
Yeah.
Better, or just as like, you know, anyone could get it and be totally happy with it.
I think all like the patterns are more apparent. The cloak is more intricate. The hair is fuller.
Yeah.
Like you said, you haven't futzed it in a while, so I guess, you know, it could use a
Now,
futz. I
full
think it looks
disclosure,
fantastic.
this one has been futzed recently, but it's still a bit poofy. The other one, which is way poofier, is that Texas Humidity that's kind of poofed it over time.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit more recent.
Yeah.
What
I
I
agree,
actually
I agree with Dean actually. on
what
a lot of
what
that.
I actually use to futz, just as the this is secret information, I use this stuff, argan oil styling gel. Just get a little bit in your
Softy.
palms. Just get that in there.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Dean on a lot. I do like the beard and hair better on the Viper, but I kind of, the cloak almost looks more accurate. I kind of like the texture on it more. And
and in my
I
opinion,
just wish it was a little whiter.
the portrait.
No, the cloak on the Asmus.
Yeah, and
It's like a
to be honest,
cream.
like I do think that the painting is better on the Asmus, even though the color is still, I think, a bit red.
yeah,
Like if you look at the Viper one, like it is just has like the little flecks of color, whereas the gosh, what am I saying here? The
Asmus.
Asmus one, thank you. It has like the red and the white and the spots. Like it, you know, I think it is
I think the sculpt is personally
technically
better,
a
yeah.
better. I don't know. I don't know. And I said that on the show, and a lot of people said that I was stupid for saying that. Having them both in hands, it's really tough, to be honest. I don't know.
You saying the sculpt as well, Dean, not just the paint on the Asmus? Do you like?
Yeah,
that
I like
better?
the Asmus all around.
Yeah.
Wow.
I kind of
Yeah.
like the chest embroidery a bit better though on the Viper. It's like a bit more,
Yeah.
I don't know, less manufactured looking.
I should have put this poll up earlier, but if you're watching on the replay, comment what you think is the better figure. You know, all things taken into account. It's definitely tough. I will say, Asmus has done a bang up job on their figure. I think going from what we just saw, now not only was the portrait not that great, but if you look here, this is all painted or like screen printed detail.
Yeah. That's weird.
And this outfit's really poor. It doesn't have any of that high quality that I think it deserves. So yeah, we'll leave you guys with that. We have After Dark here in about 5 minutes. I'm gonna go to a restroom break, but thank you everyone for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. This has been something I never thought would happen, and so to be able to own this is such a blessing. SpongeBob, we will be right in the studio in 2 seconds. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate all the comments, all the words of encouragement. A lot of people were sending me messages saying they couldn't wait for this stream today. So
Congrats,
that's
man.
really awesome to see the community, you know, be involved like that.
Sweethearts. All of
But
them.
yeah, we'll be right back, guys, for After Dark. Batfish, you gonna join us for After Dark?
Yeah, we got to talk Ahsoka.
Okay, we gotta talk Ahsoka. Okay, all right. We'll be right back, and thank you guys. We'll catch you in the next episode.